Silence does not mean peace. In nature, silence is a condition. Across open plains, deserts, rivers, and forests, life unfolds without witnesses. There are no signals, no warnings, no second chances. Every movement carries consequence. Every hesitation alters outcome. Survival here is not decided by intent, courage, or effort. It is decided by alignment. Alignment with speed, with timing, with terrain, with instinct refined by countless failures before. Predators do not hunt because they are cruel. Prey does not flee because it is afraid. Both act because the environment demands it. In this world, advantage is temporary. Strength fades. Speed slows. Numbers shift. A hunter can become vulnerable in seconds. A mistake does not echo. It ends. There are no victories that last. Only moments where the conditions favor one side. Venom waits without movement. Speed strikes without warning. Territory reacts to intrusion. Darkness rewrites the rules. Nothing here is random. Nothing is personal. What unfolds is not conflict. It is balance adjusting itself. This is not a story of heroes or villains. This is a record of laws that never change. And once the conditions are set, the outcome is already in motion. Open ground offers no shelter. Here, survival depends on reaction time. In grasslands and deserts, encounters are rarely planned. They occur when paths cross by necessity. Water, shade, prey. Each meeting compresses time into seconds where only one advantage matters. Speed is not endurance. It is a brief window. The serval moves low and light. Long legs, narrow body, eyes fixed forward. Every step reduces distance. Its strength is not force, but precision. A leap measured in fractions of a second decides whether contact is made or avoided. Opposite it, the snake remains still. Stillness is not weakness, it is preparation. Venom does not chase, it waits. Muscles coil beneath scales, storing energy for a single release. There is no warning beyond proximity. When the distance collapses, both act. The serval strikes first, not to kill, but to disrupt. A paw lands and withdraws instantly. The goal is not damage. It is timing. Each movement tests reaction. Each retreat resets the equation. The snake responds with speed equal to its threat. Fangs deploy forward in a motion too fast for correction. Venom is delivered through hollow channels designed for efficiency, not persistence. One accurate strike is enough, but accuracy requires contact. The serval does not linger. It circles. It jumps back. It shifts angle. Every second without commitment drains the snake's energy. Muscles tighten and release repeatedly. Fatigue begins to accumulate. Venom remains lethal, but opportunity narrows. A final leap lands with weight and control. The head is pinned briefly. Enough. The snake's ability to strike is removed. There is no prolonged struggle. The outcome is immediate. Speed does not overpower venom. It denies access. In other regions, the same law repeats with different actors. The roadrunner crosses desert ground at full pace. Long legs convert heat into motion. Distance becomes protection. Venom fails when it cannot reach. The bird attacks not with hesitation, but with repetition. Impact neutralizes threat. Bones break. The danger ends not through dominance, but through persistence. In these encounters, neither side is reckless. Both operate within narrow margins. Speed without control invites error. Venom without reach becomes inert. The environment favors neither permanently. It tests combinations. Here, speed is not bravery. Venom is not cruelty. They are tools shaped for moments that last seconds. And once those seconds pass, the result cannot be reversed. Harsh landscapes do not negotiate. They impose terms. In arid deserts and open savannas, survival is shaped long before any confrontation begins. Heat drains energy. Water disappears for months. Shade becomes temporary. Every organism here is measured not by strength, but by efficiency. The sun dictates movement. The ground records mistakes. Rattlesnakes remain motionless beneath sparse cover. Their bodies are designed to conserve. Hollow fangs deliver a toxin that attacks blood cells, disabling prey faster than pursuit ever could. This weapon compensates for limited speed. It allows survival in a place where chasing would waste vital energy. But venom alone does not guarantee dominance. Across the same terrain, the roadrunner moves constantly. Long legs elevate its body from the heat radiating off the ground. Specialized glands expel excess salt, reducing the need for water. Every adaptation converts scarcity into tolerance. Speed is only one part of its advantage. Endurance completes it. When the roadrunner approaches a snake, it does not rush blindly. It closes distance in controlled bursts. Each strike is calculated to avoid the venom's reach. The bird does not overpower. It destabilizes. Impact follows impact until resistance fades. The desert rewards this approach. Energy spent must return value. Adaptation extends beyond conflict. It defines daily survival. Water is drawn from prey. Shade is used strategically. Movement is timed to temperature shifts. Life continues not because conditions improve, but because behavior aligns with constraint. In Africa's dry plains, similar laws govern different forms. The caracal survives where water is scarce by limiting dependence on it. Its ears amplify sound, reducing wasted movement. Every successful hunt offsets days of restraint. Adaptation is not visible in moments of victory alone. It exists in what is avoided. Creatures here do not challenge the environment. They submit to it, adjusting form and behavior until survival becomes routine. Those that fail do not leave warnings behind. The landscape remembers only patterns that work. Where heat dominates, excess is punished. Where resources vanish, waste becomes fatal. Adaptation does not grant advantage forever. It only delays removal. Each season resets the test. Each drought tightens the margins, and those unable to adjust quietly disappear. Power alone rarely decides the outcome. It only sets the limits. On the open savanna, African wild dogs move with purpose. Their bodies are built for distance rather than force. Long legs, narrow chests, lungs optimized for endurance. They do not rely on ambush. They rely on inevitability. Their advantage is not the first strike. It is persistence. A lone hyena drifts away from its clan. Distance reduces safety. Numbers thin. Opportunity forms. The wild dogs do not rush. They follow. Pressure increases slowly. Each approach forces movement. Each retreat drains energy. The hyena responds with aggression. Powerful jaws snap outward, creating space. Strength demands respect. One mistake could end the pursuit. The dogs adjust instantly. They spread. They rotate. No individual commits alone. Strategy absorbs force. Power exhausts itself. The chase continues. Minutes stretch into strain. The hyena's breathing deepens. Muscles tighten unevenly. Decision-making slows. The dogs close distance not through speed, but through timing. Then the environment intervenes. The hyena turns toward water. A river offers escape from pursuit, but water rewrites rules. Beneath the surface, stillness hides mass. Crocodiles wait where momentum becomes vulnerability. The hyena enters. The surface erupts. In seconds, the conflict ends without participation from either hunter or hunted above the waterline. Strength, speed, and strategy collapse into irrelevance. The river claims the outcome. The wild dogs do not react. They observe. In this landscape, success does not require witnessing the kill. Energy must be preserved. The pack moves on. Opportunity does not announce itself twice. Later, the same strategy meets resistance. A leopard cub rests beneath a tree. Above it, the mother remains still. Height grants awareness. The dogs advance anyway. Numbers create pressure. The mother intervenes without hesitation. Force meets coordination. She strikes, then withdraws. Injury risk outweighs reward. Strategy retreats when cost rises too high. But numbers remain. The cub is taken. The pack feeds quickly. Efficiency replaces dominance. Silence returns. Time passes. Patterns repeat. The leopard waits. Patience becomes calculation. When distance isolates a single dog, strength reasserts itself. One leap. One bite. Strategy loses a piece. No side claims permanence. On the savannah, success shifts between methods. Power dominates moments. Strategy dominates sequences. Neither survives alone. Only those that balance both remain in motion. Territory is not marked by borders. It is enforced by reaction. In regions where land meets water, danger multiplies. Rivers attract life, but they concentrate risk. Every species here must approach with caution. One miscalculation shifts balance instantly. Baboons travel in groups to reduce vulnerability. Numbers increase awareness. Movement follows familiar routes shaped by repetition. Each member depends on shared vigilance to detect threats hidden beyond sight. But familiarity creates confidence. Confidence narrows attention. As the troop reaches the riverbank, movement slows. The surface appears calm. Beneath it, mass waits. Hippos dominate these waters. Their size converts territory into absolute control. Any intrusion is treated as threat. A young baboon slips. The slope gives way under shifting ground. The mistake is small. The consequence is not. The hippo reacts immediately. Distance collapses. Water churns. The baboon scrambles for roots, but momentum carries it toward deeper current. Escape options vanish. Avoiding one danger exposes another. A crocodile launches upward from concealment. The strike is precise. The struggle ends before sound carries. The troop watches from safety, unable to intervene. Movement resumes only after distance is restored. The river resets its claim. Mistakes here are not punished gradually. They are concluded. Elsewhere, territory shifts with time. As daylight fades, rules soften for some and harden for others. Darkness removes visibility but enhances proximity. Sound replaces sight. Scent guides movement. A lone baboon approaches a den under cover of night. Hunger outweighs caution. Inside, wild dog pups remain briefly unattended. The decision is immediate. One pup is taken. Silence returns. But territory responds. Scent trails reveal intrusion. The pack mobilizes. Numbers reassemble rapidly. Distance closes through coordination. The baboon seeks cover, but sound betrays position. Escape speed fails against organization. The pack retrieves what was taken. Balance is restored. Territory is not ownership. It is defense through presence. At dawn, vigilance resumes. Grooming strengthens social bonds. But routine invites oversight. In tall grass nearby, a leopard waits. Camouflage erases warning. The attack is instant. One life is removed. Alarms scatter the group. The predator withdraws. The land absorbs the outcome without pause. Later, another boundary is crossed. Granite outcrops offer refuge, but they are already occupied. A lioness watches from above. Cubs remain hidden nearby. Aggression signals intent. Distance is enforced. The baboons retreat. The lioness relocates. Territory adapts to pressure. In this landscape, survival does not depend on dominance alone. It depends on recognizing limits. Every species learns where not to step. Those that forget are removed quickly. Here, a single error outweighs a lifetime of caution. Darkness does not bring rest. It rearranges advantage. When light disappears, distance shortens. Vision weakens. Sound carries farther. Scent replaces sight as the primary signal. Movements that were safe by day become exposure by night. The savanna changes character. Predators adapted to daylight retreat. Their speed loses value without visibility. Risk increases with every step taken blindly. Others emerge to replace them. Bodies built for silence. Eyes adjusted to minimal light. Muscles trained for short, decisive action. Leopards move when the world slows. Their coats dissolve into shadow. Spots fracture outlines. Each step is measured to avoid sound. At night, their strength multiplies. Surprise becomes a force equal to size. Prey adapts differently. Baboons cluster tighter. Ground movement decreases. Elevated positions become priority. Stillness becomes defense. Noise is minimized because sound invites attention. But stillness is not invisibility. A single misjudgment breaks the pattern. One individual lingers too low, too far from cover. The leopard closes distance without acceleration. The strike lasts less than a second. There is no chase. There is no resistance. The loss is immediate. The warning arrives too late. Elsewhere, nocturnal pressure exposes vulnerabilities. Cheetahs withdraw. Their fragile frames cannot risk unseen collisions. Even apex hunters recalculate when darkness removes certainty. Night favors patience over speed, ambush over pursuit, territory contracts. Paths change. Water crossings are delayed. Many animals choose immobility over movement, conserving energy until light returns. Those that move do so with intent. The rules are not written in darkness. They are revealed by it. Each night filters the population further. The cautious survive. The adaptable persist. The unaware are removed quietly. When dawn arrives, the landscape appears unchanged. But absence marks where night has passed. Some forces do not need to act. Their presence is enough. Across vast plains like the Serengeti and Mara, size alone alters behavior. Paths shift. Distances widen. Silence increases. Where apex species exist, every other life form adjusts without contact. The land recognizes mass. Elephants move without urgency. Their weight reshapes terrain. Trees fall. Paths open. Grasslands form where forests once stood. This is not destruction. It is reorganization. Their bodies carry no natural predators at maturity. Protection is structural. Defense is collective. When threatened, they do not flee. They close ranks. Lions approach, then stop. Distance is restored automatically. Energy is conserved on both sides. No challenge is necessary. The outcome is already calculated. Nearby, another presence dominates differently. Lions control through coordination. Their strength is distributed. Females hunt. Males defend space. Roars carry across kilometers, signaling ownership without confrontation. Most intrusions end before contact occurs. Their power lies in deterrence. Conflict is avoided more often than executed. Rhinos enforce boundaries through acceleration. Their mass converts speed into threat. Thick skin absorbs damage. Horns discourage approach. Predators assess risk quickly. Adult rhinos are bypassed. Survival here is based on recognition, not challenge. Buffalo dominate through unity. Thousands move as one. When attacked, retreat is replaced by counterforce. Horns turn outward. The herd becomes a barrier. Lions learn restraint through injury. Pressure is returned immediately. Leopards operate differently, smaller, solitary. Their strength is concentrated. Muscle density allows them to lift more than size suggests. Elevation becomes defense. Trees become vaults. Resources are removed from competition vertically. Each apex species controls space without constant violence. Water sources reveal this order clearly. When multiple large species gather, hierarchy forms naturally. There is no chaos. Size and role dictate position. Smaller animals wait. Larger ones drink first. Conflict is unnecessary. Presence defines priority. But dominance does not equal permanence. Size demands resources. Water becomes scarce. Space contracts. Flexibility decreases. Larger bodies adapt slower to change. Strength holds ground. Adaptation secures future. The apex endure not through aggression, but through balance with the environment that sustains them. When they move, the land responds. When they stop, everything else waits. Balance is not stillness. It is constant adjustment. In ecosystems where many species converge, survival depends on restraint as much as action. Not every encounter becomes conflict. Most end in avoidance. Distance is negotiated silently through size, timing, and awareness. At shared water sources, order emerges without command. Large animals arrive first. Smaller ones wait at the margins. Each understands position through repeated outcomes. No rule is spoken. The pattern enforces itself. Predators pause when prey density drops. Hunting effort recalibrates. Energy loss is weighed against probability. Failed attempts are abandoned early. Persistence without return leads to collapse. Prey adapts by movement. Herds shift routes. Grazing grounds rotate. Areas of risk are memorized and avoided. Knowledge transfers through repetition, not instruction. Every species influences another indirectly. When elephants open pathways, grass grows. Grazers follow. Predators track them. When rivers flood, prey disperses. Predators adjust. When drought returns, concentration increases. Pressure intensifies. No single action stands alone. Deaths are not anomalies. They are signals. A sudden loss alters behavior across multiple layers. Alarm calls reshape movement. Absence creates opportunity. Opportunity draws response. The system absorbs change and redistributes it. Balance is maintained not by equality, but by limitation. No population expands without resistance. No dominance remains unchecked. The young replace the fallen. The inexperienced test boundaries. Some succeed. Many do not. Each outcome refines the system further. Seasons enforce rhythm. Rain expands options. Dry months restrict them. Migration follows gradients of survival. The land dictates direction. Nothing here is static. Every cycle removes inefficiency. Every cycle rewards alignment. The result is not harmony. It is continuity. Nature does not judge. It measures. Across plains, rivers, deserts, and forests, the same process repeats without variation. Conditions are set. Responses follow. Outcomes are recorded only through survival or absence. Nothing here is earned through intent. Nothing is taken personally. Speed functions until terrain interrupts it. Strength dominates until resources shrink. Numbers prevail until coordination fails. Adaptation holds until the environment shifts again. Every advantage carries an expiration. Those that endure do so not because they win more often, but because they lose less catastrophically. They withdraw early. They conserve energy. They recognize limits before force is required. Failure does not echo. It ends. The landscape does not remember individuals. It preserves patterns. Behaviors that align persist. Those that do not are removed quietly, without spectacle. What remains is not order or chaos. It is selection. Each generation enters the same test with minor adjustments. No species escapes it. No method guarantees permanence. The rules remain fixed while the participants change. Silence follows every outcome. Then movement resumes. This cycle does not conclude. It continues without witnesses. And within it, life advances only under one condition: adapt or disappear.